For one athlete, this is an arena of memories. In the world of skating, this is known simply as Landover. The house that one athlete built. A place where he is both heroic and human. Landover, a place where one athlete was remade. It's a place that reminds us that millionaire skaters still can be vulnerable. A place where failures can become redemption. For one skater, this is a place that reminds her how fragile success can be. It's just a sheet of ice. This stage where two athletes have left behind a piece of themselves.
Welcome to the place called Landover, on most nights home to the NBA's Washington Bullets or the NHL's Washington Capitals. But once a year, the house is packed for figure skating's oldest and most prestigious event. With warm-ups underway, Tom Hammond, Rosalind Sumner's Elfie Schlegel in Landover. And over the next 2 nights, we'll be bringing you competition in pairs and in ladies and men's singles. We'll start with the technical programs tonight, counting 50% of the final score, then conclude with the artistic programs tomorrow night. Landover, a place where Rosalind Sumner's competed 10 times.
And Roz, I was interested. You said when you came to watch practice a couple of days ago, you came to the arena and you had that old competition feeling again.
Well, Tom, I just drove into the parking lot and my knees got weak and I felt my throat closing off. I mean, this is the competition the skaters spend the entire season preparing for. It's a big, intimidating building. The judging is tough, and of course, it's prestigious history. This is where it all happens.
This is a very important competition, and of course, champions have pride. Last year, 2 champions, Yamaguchi and Brian Boitano, were upset here. And Roz, I think they're skating with a little something extra to prove this year.
Well, Christy's only been beat 3 times as a professional, twice by Midori Ito and here last year by Yuka Sato. Now, Christy has pushed herself and come up with the toughest program she's ever had. Of course, Yuka's had a very consistent season. She's on the top of her game. She has 5 triples planned. It's going to be a great competition between those two.
We will be seeing the ladies' competition a little later on. And, of course, the men's field is outstanding here at Landover. Brian Boitano, the perennial champion, who was upset last year by Kurt Browning. Browning hoping to get 2 titles in a row. And a newcomer this year to the World Pro Championships, Rudy Galindo, makes his World Pro debut tonight.
And he's here with his sister, Laura, who is not only his choreographer and coach, but his best friend, his sole system of support. This is who Rudy really leans on at a time like this.
Victor Petrenko contemplating the competition. He's an Olympic gold medalist, but he's never won a World Pro Championship. Paul Wiley has. He was the winner here in 1993. Some last-minute practice of a couple of moves for his technical program coming up later. So often we might forget the training time and dedication Christy Yamaguchi devotes to staying at the top. Olympic gold 5 years ago, and still the pressure and expectations remain. For while she has won Landover, she has also tasted defeat here twice in the past 4 years. Yuka Sato, one-time world champion. Last year's world professional champion. Were those titles flukes, or is she Christie's equal? Katya Gordieva, her life turned upside down. Now she has returned to the source of her strength, her skating. And where better to prove herself than here in Landover, where only the best compete.
Clear the ice.
And as the ladies' warm-up concludes, can really see the tension on the faces of even the most veteran of these skaters. In fact, they all admitted to a case of nerves before skating here in Landover. From Kadavy as 23-year-old Yuka Sato, born, lives in Tokyo, world champion when she won it in her home country, and now defending champion here in Landover.
Well, being a defending champion isn't the thing on Yuka's mind right now. She's been having rough practices. She just flew in yesterday from Japan. This is a packed program. She's got to land everything.
Skating to Debussy's Prelude to the Afternoon of a Fawn.
Yuka's going to open the program with a triple Lutz. Turn it into a double. She's thinking right now, I needed that triple. I needed to set myself up for the rest of these jumps. Shakes the confidence, and she's going into a triple loop right here. Now the confidence is really shaken. And yet she, oh my gosh, she turns around and steps into another triple loop. That is a competitor. She was mad, and she did it again.
She described this program as one in which you have to concentrate 100%, and apparently she's lost concentration a couple times.
Yuka is known for the pure quality of her skating, her lines, her edges, and when I say that, I mean the position of her body, how she holds edges and then steps into her jumps. There was a beautiful triple sow. I think the concentration is coming back now. It was a beautiful performance, but it didn't have the jumps, and that's what this technical program is about, landing those triples.
And skated a bit unevenly, Yuka Sato. Will she be able to hold on to her World Pro title? Christy Yamaguchi wonders. We'll have her marks when we return to Landover, Maryland.
Crowd crowd favorite, but it's the judges she needs to impress. She knows she needs a clean program. They know what she can deliver, and they're going to expect it of her. She knows Yuka made a few mistakes, and these marks are low. She knows those judges are being tough.
9.7, 9.7, and 9.8.
9 sevens and 9 eighths on the technical portion of the scores.
And this is the moment where you're trying to keep your mind from scrambling. You're listening to those marks. You're thinking of your jumps. You're concentrating.
9.7, 9.8, 9.8, and 9.8.
Now's the time to block it all out and do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristi Yamaguchi.
And no one is better at that concentration than Kristi. Yuka had 5 triples planned. She only landed 2. Kristi has 4. She cannot afford any mistakes.
Skating a tango, of all things.
First triple planned is the Lutz. Now remember, that is the jump that Yuka missed. Very solid triple flip, and now it's time to tango.
I don't recall seeing a single skater skate a tango.
It's not a real common piece of music for a solo skater. It's more something a dance team would use. But this is where Kristi has taken this program and put all the very difficult steps in it. Out of a little bit. The jump she missed last year in this same competition. A little bit of a ghost hanging around there, I think. Little move. You can see her sort of laugh at herself. All these steps are so intricate and difficult, and they actually take as much concentration as the triple jumps.
It's a measure of how consistent a skater Kristi is, that even a slight bobble is like a 5-alarm fire.
Whoa, you never see Kristi miss a triple toe right at the end of a program. She must have let up that concentration just a little bit.
Kristi Yamaguchi, I don't know, that smile might be a little forced right at the moment.
Well, overall, it was a very solid performance. I'm sure that triple toe bugs her a little bit, but such a great program. She deserves to feel proud of that. You see her shaking her head like, what was that?
Even Yuka's shaking her head.
After 2 solid triples in the opening of this program, she struggled on the loop. You'll see her feet got too crossed. She got twisted in the air and just couldn't hold on to that landing. She hit the heel instead of the toe and flipped out forward, but she still fought to stay on her feet. Unlike this triple toe, which again got twisted in the air and forced her to just sort of sit.
And a shock to see her sit. You saw her bop herself on the head with the flowers as she was coming off the ice.
Christy's very hard on herself. She's not used to making mistakes.
You just sat down. You just sat down. You just sat
Her coach Christy Ness saying, "You just sat down," as Christy asked, "What was that?" And see what the judges think it was. Well, pretty good start. Oh, a 9.9. How could that be?
That's because that same judge gave Yuka a 9.8. Christy landed the left and the flip, which was more difficult than Yuka's loop and Sal. He had to give her a 9.9. Ooh, a 9.7 is actually an unfair mark. This program was so technically difficult with all the steps and the moves. 9.7 was way too low.
Healthy?
Christy, she's skating right now for very emotional reasons. Who knows, in the next year or so, she wants to continue as a solo skater.
And now the final ladies skater, Karen Kadavy, who earned a spot here by winning a qualifying tournament in Canada.
Karen definitely deserves to be in this competition. She's been skating so solid, winning competitions. She's at the best form of her life. Opening with a triple toe loop. She has a command of the ice that we did not see here 2 years ago. Following with a triple sow. Just a double.
This music is a Bach piece performed by Vanessa May, the young violinist.
Little hand down on the double axel. If you'll notice, the ice is getting very frosty at this point. She's the last skater. Changes the feel. It changes your speed. It changes the entrances into your jumps.
Kadavy. Skating perhaps with fewer expectations and perhaps less pressure. Well done.
It's a hard place to skate last, all the other girls being done. She really did hold up under the pressure. She landed one good triple toe. Little trouble on the double axel here, not enough height.
My hand over my double axel was a little stupid. It was not.
Actually, looking at the replay, she didn't have the height, so putting the hand down wasn't stupid, but she felt it was.
9.6, 9.7, 9.7, 9.6.
Well, she didn't have the technical ability of Christy or Yuka, landing only one triple, so those marks are right on.
And now the artistic marks.
Well, these should definitely go up.
9.6, 9.6, 9.7, 9.7, 9.8, and 9.8.
And those marks will put Kadavy in third place. After the ladies' technical program, the leaders, Christy Yamaguchi, Yuka Sato, and Kadavy. Now a power-packed men's field will skate. 5 skaters, all capable of winning the championship. We'll return to Landover for the men's competition in just a moment.
When Brian Boitano was 8 years old, he put on his first pair of skates. 6 months later, he learned 5 jumps in one day. "25 years later, he skates in Landover for the 8th time in an event in an arena where he is king. 2 years ago, Kurt Browning stepped into Brian's house. It was a devastating debut. He's known as the natural, his potential unfulfilled, until last year, right here in Brian's house.
The warm-up is now over. Please clear the ice.
It drives the other guys crazy. He just never makes a mistake. No one has this kind of technical strength. No one has this kind of mental strength.
Kurt Browning, brilliant when he sets his mind to it. Embarrassing when he doesn't. I'm struck by the contrast between his performance last year and this year. He accepted Boitano's challenge this year, when last year he just was not up to it physically or mentally. And a total 49.9, matching Boitano's score in the technical program. That means Brian must now skate flawlessly to retain the title.
One thing Brian isn't going to do is come out here and dance.
Brian Boitano, and did he rise to the challenge like a champion?
Score is for Brian Boitano. 10, 9.9, 9.8, 9.8, and 9.8.
Last year, Kurt Browning became the anointed one.
Kurt Browning surprised as anyone with the championship last year, but now starting again as an equal and one of just 5 contenders for the title. Just yesterday, Kurt Browning was saying all 5 are feeling great, all 5 are skating well. And I guess you better come here, Rosalind, with a good technical program.
Well, not only do you have to come absolutely trained and prepared, but you have to come with a triple axel. 4 of the men have them planned. Paul was working on his the last week. He couldn't handle the pressure. He's taking it out. So for Paul, he has to skate an absolutely clean program. No room for mistakes for any of these guys.
You know, we've seen how much the pressure of this competition has affected the ladies' performance. Might the winner here be the man who can best block out that pressure?
Well, you can come out here and you can think the nerves and the tension and the pressure are under control, but what it does, and it can happen very unexpected, is it drains you, it zaps your energy, it takes the fun out of it. They're going to have to go out there, they're going to have to block that out, nail that first triple axel, and then just no room for loss of confidence, no insecurities. They have to stay on top of their game.
And here is the skate order. And Kurt Browning has been very nervous about being the first skater out there on the ice and has not, truthfully, looked very good in practice leading up to this competition.
He is very sporadic. He has 6 triples planned.
Browning.
Again, starting with the triple axel.
He'll be skating to a Nat King Cole medley.
As a rule, man's a fool. When it's hot, he wants it cool. When it's cool, he wants it hot. Always wanting what is not. Are you disenchanted? Disenchanted with love? Can you find the rainbow you always dreaming of? Why doesn't love appear? Or do you suppose?
Here it comes. This is the heavy. This is the triple axel.
Is right here under your nose. Oh,
That solid triple axel will set the tone for this program for Kurt. He's going to feed off the security of that strong opening.
the way I love you.
Not a normal skate for Kurt, sort of Kurt acting.
But this is Kurt as his best. Suave, debonair, and you know, he's a stud.
He says this is the story of Kurt falling in love with a Spanish woman, his wife, Sonia. It ends with a proposal.
Having a ball? Sure you are. And just when you're ready to pitch it all, you're through looking, you're through caring, you're through dreaming. You've had it. And one day out of left field, there she is. At the airport, sun is Spain. I had 2 hours to catch a plane. I was lonely as I could be until a senorita smiled at me. There was music in the guitars, and in her eyes were a million stars. She was lovely beyond compare, and in that moment I learned to care.
Well, not only is the music picking up pace, but he's picking up pace in the triples. Triple sow, triple toe combination.
When did you first discover love? That wonderful moment when the world takes on a new and beautiful glow. Your senses whirl. Your heart stops. Your pulse stops. And life begins.
Well, for all our talk about pressure and nerves, I almost want to say he's having fun.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you.
Yes, he's the defending champion, and yes, he skated like it. Kurt Browning at his best.
And he proposed to those judges, this was my best, I just gave it to you.
And the message sent to Brian Boitano, can you top this?
Well, Kurt sent out a message with that first triple axel, telling the other guys, just try to follow me. Here he is, perfect takeoff, so high, and swoosh of a landing. And not only did he complete all 5 triples, but he fills the program with all the interesting connecting footwork steps. Very cool. Well, Kurt has set his pace. He's set the pace of the other men. 4 guys now have to follow this. It's going to be tough.
And the score is about ready. A little bit of a dilemma for the judges since Kurt was the first skater. Do you leave room for Brian and the others to follow?
Ladies and gentlemen, the technical marks for Kurt Browning.
First set of marks for Kurt Browning.
9.8. 9.8. 9.8.
Again, the reason those aren't higher, the reason they aren't 9.9, they know 3 other men have a triple axel plan.
9.8.
9/8 across the board. Here are the artistic marks.
The artistic marks.
These should go up higher.
9.8.
Come on.
9.9.
Thank you.
And indeed, they are higher.
9.8. 9.9. 9.9.
Well, the other guys can rival him technically, but none of them will have a program with that artistic quality.
Now, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, how would you like to follow that performance? That's the task facing Victor Petrenko, but the Olympic gold medalist is used to pressure. Let's see how he performs in the wake of Kurt's great opening skate.
Again, he's used to pressure, but sometimes Victor can start a program strong and sort of fizzle near the ending.
Program is Tosca by Puccini, only the 4th time he's performed it. His wife Nina helped build it. Victor portraying the tragic love story of Tosca. His wife studied ballet, so she was very familiar with this music. That's why she helped build this program. Victor, too, studied ballet in his early years, though he said for him it was always a way to improve his skating.
And, of course, here comes the triple axel.
Well, it's obvious the other skaters aren't going to allow Kurt Browning to steal the competition, are they?
Well, they're at least going to challenge him, that's for sure. than Kurt Browning. He may be meeting the challenge with the triples, but so far, no footwork. He actually is going to try a second triple axel. Wow. Kurt didn't have true triple axels, but the program was completely clean. A mistake is a mistake. Solid triple axels. He is thrilled with that performance.
Victor Petrenko playing it to its theatrical hilt, and a solid technical program as well.
Again, two solid triple axels, but we're going to take a look at the takeoff of the triple Lutz. Watch his left ankle closely. How far over on the outside edge, almost to the point of being on the boot. He has to crank it around, fight to get up into the air, but hangs on to that landing. Now on the triple toe, again, the toe cranks over, but on this, he almost rotated backwards. He never even got up into the air straight, couldn't even finish the rotation. But he still fought hard.
So under difficult circumstances, Victor Petrenko comes out and skates well. And that is not real blood, by the way. He will get over that, what appeared to be mortal wound. But, yeah, that score will help, too.
9.9.
Another one.
9.9. 9.7.
Actually, there's quite a range there between 9.7 and 9.9. He did make a mistake that Kurt didn't have. Look at Kurt's a little confused, like, huh? I'm not too sure. But he did two triple axels.
9.7. 9.8. 9.9.
Again, those marks being lowered. The program was emotional, but it didn't have the pizzazz of Kurt Browning.
9.7.
Scores all over the place,
9.7.
but not good enough to catch Kurt Browning. And about this time, Rudy Galindo is wondering, what am I doing here after seeing Kurt Browning and Victor Petrenko skate that well?
Well, he may be a new professional, but he deserves to be here. He is a national champion, and he is a world bronze medalist. He wants this debut to be remembered.
And getting some final encouragement from his coach and sister Laura as Brian Boitano paces backstage. Galindo and Boitano still to skate. So his goal here is to relax, have fun. If he does that, he thinks the skating will take care of itself.
Well, he's been skating great in practice. And again, he's got a triple axel planned.
Angelus Domini, nunciavit Mariae, et concepit Spiritus Sancto.
Rudy has not yet landed the triple axel as a professional skater.
There's a first, and he appears to be relaxed.
Success came later for Rudy in his amateur career, and he told me he feels so honored to be out here with this field of men's skaters. Triple loop. Oop, little fall out of it. He hasn't missed that all week in practice. That's where the nerves of a first time in Landover will affect you.
Performance of Ave Maria is by the Fleet Street Singers from Stanford University in his home Northern California area.
Triple toe, double toe, he's a little shaky. This performance is a dedication to the loss of 2 coaches and his brother George to AIDS.
And a big smile from Rudy Galindo, his first appearance in Landover. You see him looking down. Look, on the bottom of his right leg, one of the straps on his trousers came loose. It didn't seem to affect his performance, which was a good performance. Was it good enough, though, for this level of competition?
Well, he should be very proud of himself, but no, actually, the strength of the jumps and the choreography not up to par with Victor and Kurt.
And you saw Brian Boitano just edging. There's that strap. He refastens it now. Brian Boitano just coming on the ice past Laura, Rudy's sister and coach. I'm sure relieved, though, very relieved, Rudy and Laura, because he was very nervous in his first pro performance. This one much better.
Ladies and gentlemen, the technical marks for Rudy Galindo. 9.7.
And Rudy's scores begin
9.7
with a couple of 9.7s.
9.7. 9.7.
Again, he only landed 3 triples, and the loop he fell out of.
And
those marks are right on.
9.6. The artistic mark, 9.9.
9.9. He's obviously pleased at that. And overall, he looks to be very happy with his mark.
9.8. 9.7. 9.8. And 9.8.
97.3, and Kurt Browning is still the man to catch. He's the leader, but threatened by this man, Brian Boitano.
Brian Boitano.
Last year, Brian was going after his 7th World Pro title, and there was little difference between his performance and Kurt Browning. The judges chose Browning. Brian thought he should have won. Skating for a bit of redemption tonight.
Well, Brian's a very seasoned professional. He's used to being in this position of having the pressure on him. Starts out here with a tonneau Lutz.
his signature move, and at 33, he still can get up in the air on his jumps.
And here comes the triple axel. Watch the height Brian gets on this jump. Hand down. You don't usually see that from Brian. He cannot afford those kinds of mistakes tonight.
That could be the difference in this competition.
Fall here in Landover.
He told me that both ankles were tender prior to this competition. He said he was okay to skate, but it was tough to get ready. Does that play a part here?
Well, Brian is so highly trained that taking a couple days off for an injury shouldn't really matter. But what will happen is he will be cautious out here in the performance. Well, this performance from Brian didn't have the passion that we're used to seeing. He's a perfectionist. He expects perfection, and so do the judges. It's going to reflect in his marks.
Including that almost unprecedented fall.
The power and height is what Brian is known for in the triple axel. He gets it in the air, but can't quite hold on to the landing. Has to put his hand down, goes right into a double toe. Again now, the only one that hasn't landed the triple axel clean. The triple flip, Brian's most consistent jump, never got the height, couldn't finish the rotation. Again, the fall that you are not used to seeing from him.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And you might have heard Brian tell Linda Lever, his coach, oh, well. An unusual reaction from Brian Boitano. Kurt Browning watching it on the TV set backstage, not showing any signs of pleasure, but has to feel a little more comfortable in the lead.
Now that is a mark you don't see for Brian. Again, you're used to seeing 9 9s and 10s. Not giving the 10s, but these are very low for Brian. 2 9 6s.
Almost disbelief on Brian's face, and Kurt's too.
9.7, 9.7, 9.8. 9.8, 9.7, 9.8, and 9.7.
Brian, we're always so used to your consistency. Was that the fall that you can remember here in Landover?
Yeah, definitely his first fall.
What happened?
I think I felt a lot of pressure. You know, when people always expect consistency, it's just nerve-wracking. So tough to always keep that level up.
Good luck with the artistic.